Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 11 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. As you can see here, I'm just hanging out in my rubber tree farm, getting some rubber. Figured it's been a while since I came out to visit this thing and wanted to go check on it. I have not had a chance to go mining since my last episode, so that's something I'm going to do early on in this episode. And as usual, you won't be seeing too much of that. I'm going to come back after I mine and finish working on that Buildcraft Room I had been starting. I might also want to go check out on my agriculture, my Industrial Craft 2 farm over there, and see how I made out with some of the seeds that I might have collected. Oh, missed a little bit of a rubber resin spot. There we go. So I think we're in good shape here, and how am I doing with this stuff? Well, it looks like I got some evil, terrible, nasty, gross stuff. I don't like those things. Weeds are bad. They will totally overtake your garden if you don't be careful with it. So let's get some crops here. Probably going to break this thing off. Don't want him at all. And place this guy down here like so. And ooh, look, I got something neat here. This is a new type of plant, and it will get from me ink sacs. How cool is that? So that thing will grow ink sacs for me. So that's pretty neat. I might get the seeds for that eventually, but for now, I'll just let it regrow. And since I'm over here, I might as well maybe spend some time. How's this guy? Might want to break him because I did not get anything new out of that. I should go analyze these seeds, but I'm going to save them for now. So that looks pretty good. I'll let all this stuff happen and maybe collect some wheat while I'm here real fast, just so I have some food on me. I've been eating the meat that I collected last time. A couple people posted comments on my videos saying that I don't have to hold shift while I walk over farmland, and that is true. I do not need to hold shift while walking over normal farmland. However, if I'm walking over the agriculture stuff, part of Industrial Craft 2, is that those crops will get broken if you walk over them. So whether you're jumping or not, walking on them will hurt them. And I think, like I said, that crouch walking like that will help. But who knows. So anyway, why don't I go clean up my inventory, go do a little bit of mining, and I'll probably come back after I do that to, do some cool stuff. And just a quick note, I grabbed some of the Eternalist fuel that I had stored in my chest back there in my collector. That's part of the reason I was building that stuff up. And I'm going to head downstairs and mine now. Maybe I should go charge my bat back real quick. Alright, I think that's a little bit good amount of mining for now. So I've been running around playing with this thing and been dropping off all my goodies inside this chest here. You can see I made out pretty well in this mining expedition of mine. Yep, I didn't want to hit that button, did I? I should probably get this off my hotbar before I break something. Now anyway, I've got all these goodies in here, and there's one thing I probably want to do before moving forward. So why don't I get ready for that, and then we'll proceed with this little nifty plan here. Alright, so real fast, what I want to do is... Where's my miscellaneous junk? There we go, got an empty chest here. I'm going to craft myself another alchemical chest. Just like so, real fast. Nothing too terribly fancy. I think it's something like this. There we go, alchemical chest. Perfect. And I'm going to place this guy right here at the end. And I'm basically going to move everything out of this chest into that one. Because what I want to do is have two separate versions of the miscellaneous junk category. I basically want to have one that's going to be everything from my sorting system, and one that's everything that I manually place into the miscellaneous junk. And the reason for that is I want to make sure that pretty much anything going through my sorter, I'm aware of what's, landing in this miscellaneous junk. That way I know what I forgot to account for in my sorter, and it's very apparent, because pretty much anything that lands in this chest will be something that wasn't properly sorted. And in the future, I'll probably, scale this down into one chest. But at least for now, it'll help me keep track of, what I didn't account for in my sorting algorithms. So, again, nothing's going to land in this chest. And this is an empty cell, so he really belongs over here in Industrial Craft, doesn't he? Yes, he does. So, again, nothing's going to land in this chest automatically. And this chest is going to be my way of saying, oh yeah, I actually did forget something. Sure, there's a lot of items that I don't account for in this thing right now, so that's cool. So let's turn on our sorting system and see how it goes. I did say I might want to make the floor all clear and glass-like, didn't I? Do I want to do that? I don't know. Maybe I do. So I just crafted up some glass covers real fast. I want to see kind of how this room looks if I have everything covered with glass rather than with the other stuff. I mean, it might be just cool to be able to see things flowing through the tubes and making their way around to where it has to go. So I might want to just place something like this, and then maybe even just, flat up glass right along this line here, just so you guys can watch the items flowing through the tube system. Might be just kind of cool to see. I don't know. Just an idea I'm toying with in my head. I might flatten this back out to marble in the future, but at least for now I can watch items flying through there, right? That might be cool. Well, let's see how it looks. We might even be able to see items going through this bit. Maybe if I went and knocked this guy off here. That might be cool. I know I'm dropping items down there. I'll get them later. I'm not too concerned. Alright, let's flip this lever and have stuff go. So it should start automatically sorting everything in my chest for me. You can see it pulling it all out and all going down the tubes here. It's kind of fun to watch that stuff. So the dirt should head all the way down to this line, and the cobblestone should go up that yellow path. And if we check out towards the end here, we've got some stuff that needs to be macerated, heading into the macerators. Some other items getting automatically sorted. And that green thing is going to go and wind up, it can't, get to where it needs to go. So it's going to head back to the sorting machine here and just sit there and wait. And all my other stuff probably already got sorted. Look at that. So I've got all the items in the chests where they belong. And as soon as I've got room inside these macerators here, as you can see, stuff's getting pulled out and sent along the lines with orange to go and get cooked up. Kind of cool to watch. And look, the iron's in there now doing its thing, and this guy's empty. So my sorter should no longer be stuck. That's good to know. And all the bars are going through the blue path there, like they should be. Kind of nice. Alright, I might leave this glass in here. Like I said, in the future, maybe I'll swap it back out for marble, but I kind of like watching that. I think it's neat. We can flip this off now because my chest is empty. Well, maybe not totally. Sort that thing for me. And in the future, I might do a little bit different with that on-off switch. I have a couple ideas. We'll see what happens. And as you can see, I'm checking down here in that chunk chest at the end, and there's flint and gunpowder in there. That's alright, I'll leave them in there for now, and just keep in mind that I didn't tell it where to go with those items. Now let's go over here and check out how my collector's doing. Cooking up some Eternalist fuel for me. That should be good. Looking nice. Alright, let's get back to that Buildcraft room now. So the next item I want to make here is a refinery, and this is going to refine oil into fuel. Fuel in Buildcraft is pretty much the top tier power source. It produces the most amount of energy when burned in a combustion engine and lasts the longest. All you need to do is supply some energy to this refinery and put some oil in your refinery and you'll get fuel. And in order to make this, I'm going to need 3 of those tanks, which I should have some of still, and some redstone torches, and of course a diamond gear. Remember I said diamond gears are going to be pretty much the highest tier gear you can get. And you're going to need some iron ingots, some gold, and some diamond. And it's a pretty straightforward recipe here that I'm just going to go through right now. Get yourself 4 sticks to make your wooden gear. Upgrade that guy to cobble. And then iron. And then gold. And finally your diamond. There you go. And I believe, and I can correct myself if I'm wrong, but I left my tanks, and I even left a couple sticks in there. Nice. Let's sneak back through here real quick, because I need to get myself a couple redstone torches, so that I can go ahead and do this. Ta-da! Made myself a refinery. Sweet. And I'm going to place that guy right here in this room like so. Nice. Looking good. And I realize I didn't put my portal spawner right in the middle of this room, like I probably should have. That's going to drive my OCD a little bit nuts. I'll probably move that off camera real quick. Alright, so I'm going to grab a piece of cactus here. I'm going to grab for myself some gold. Don't think I'll need iron, but I might as well bring some with me. Not like I'm going terribly far away. Gonna have some redstone on me. That's probably a good idea here. And I'm going to need a bit more glass. I don't have any glass on me. Well, that's going to be a problem. Let's go get some of that too. Going to grab a stack of cobblestone. And let's go visit our transmutation system real fast. What I want to do here is make sure I have a significant amount of cactus on me. That's going to be important. Let's actually target the cactus. What was the EMC value of that? 8? Okay, I can handle that. There we go. Get myself a bit of cactus. I'm probably going to need some more cobble, but for now I can do something like this and convert this directly into glass. I'll go get some more cobble for myself, and while I'm waiting, I'm going to throw this cactus right here in my induction furnace. Get myself some cactus greens. That should be pretty good. Might even need more cactus than I have, but yeah, whatever. I'll sort that out in a moment. Maybe I'll even go so far as to teach my transmutation table about cactus green. That would probably be a wise decision. I'm going to need a lot of this stuff because this is how we get, and you can see it's 8 EMC, as you would have expected. So let's target that guy and throw a piece of gold in there. That's going to get me a lot of that stuff. Maybe go with iron. Yeah, that might be better. Alright, that's a good amount of cactus green for now. That stuff is going to be used for pipe waterproofing. And pipe waterproofing is how we transport liquids. So let's head through here real fast. And hopefully I have everything I need for now. So there's a bunch of different pipes available in Buildcraft. And the first one you guys are probably going to be aware of is liquid pipes. And those are what transport liquids around. First I'm going to grab a bucket. And I'm going to scoop up just the very top of this oil thing. So now I've got a bucket full of oil. I'm going to go over to my combustion engine and place the oil bucket inside. Very cool. Very nice. And then the first pipe I want to make using my Philosopher's Stone is going to be some gold pipes. And item transport pipes will transport items. And waterproof pipes are made by putting cactus green in your crafting table. I'm going to keep one on me. And it just converts directly to pipe waterproofing. And your golden pipe plus waterproofing becomes a golden waterproof pipe, which is used to transport liquids. But for now, I'm going to make some golden conductive pipes. And I might need a few more of these, but not a big deal for now. And I'm also going to need some wooden pipes. Wooden transport pipes pull items out of an inventory, but wooden conductive pipes pretty much take electricity out of an engine. So I'm going to throw my excess wooden pipes in here for now. That should be good. And all I got to do is take my wooden conductive pipe and my golden conductive pipe, and I should probably go ahead and grab that pump that I made earlier. And now I can run my wooden piping like so. So you can see my combustion engine is going to send all its energy into this wooden pipe and then send it right along the golden pipe here. And where do I want that golden pipe to wind up? Well, pretty obviously, I'm going to want to have it wind up right up here. Remember when I said I should grab some more cobblestone? Yeah, I forgot. What do you want from me? I don't always remember. And I can place my pump right at the top of this oil spout. And that pump is going to quickly identify the fact that there's liquid underneath it. And it's going to put down its little pump thingy right into the oil spout. Now all I got to do is supply power to this pump. Pretty easy. So I'll knock all this stuff off here. Looking good. And let's run that power piping right like so. Hopefully I have enough, but if not, not a big deal. Hey. Just make sure I have a nice little bridge here. Like I said, might need a little bit more of this stuff. Yep, I do. So let's just grab our Philosopher's Stone here and craft up one more set of golden pipes. That should be good for now. There we go. So now I've got a way to send energy, and maybe just to make this look a little bit nicer. So now I've got a nice way to send energy from my combustion engine right here, all along this golden tube right into my pump. And it'll start pumping oil out of the well. But I gotta store that oil somewhere, don't I? That's correct. And that's where this thing comes in. I'm going to store it right here. And for that, I'm going to need some more pipes. And I'm going to go with gold again. And I like gold in waterproof pipes and gold in electrical pipes because just like industrial craft energy, Buildcraft energy loses its efficiency over a distance. And golden pipes have the least resistance. You could also use stone pipes here if you want, but you're going to lose a good amount of energy over this distance, and that won't be good. For water, you're going to want to have a good amount of golden waterproof pipes for that, because waterproof pipes can transmit liquid based on the tier of the pipe you're using. And again, there's pretty much just two types. There's stone and there's gold. And the stone ones won't be able to pump quite as much liquid as the gold ones will. And I just prefer using golden pipes. That's the way I am. I like using them pretty much everywhere. So we've got that nice little guy set up. Awesome. So I'm going to pump all my oil straight into this tank. And why don't I grab a few more tanks and place them up along the walls like so. There we go. Looking good. And I think I should probably grab one of these guys. Maybe one more of these tanks. Thank you very much, sir. Nice. Now you might be saying, hey, you're pumping your oil into here. What about this guy? I thought you were going to have both of these guys filled with oil. Well, that's where a new type of pipe comes in. I don't think I've shown you guys this pipe. It's called, I think it's this one. Is this it? Yes, the balance pipe. It's going to require 2 wooden waterproof pipes, which will be easy to make, and a redstone engine. So let's see if I have the resources on me to build a redstone engine. You guys saw me make the iron engine, so that won't be too far of a stretch. Just need to place something like this here. It's actually cobblestone that I'm low on resources of. How funny is that? And then I'm going to need 2 wooden gears. On either side of your piston, with a piece of glass and some wood along the top. It's going to be your wooden engine. And then I can grab 2 wooden transport pipes and combine those with pipe waterproofing to get 2 wooden waterproof pipes. And then we'll do, just like the recipe showed us, a balance pipe. This is a pretty neat pipe, as a matter of fact. It's part of the additional Buildcraft Objects mod. It's just a couple different pipes that are available to you, and I'll show you how it works in a moment. For now, let's try turning this guy on. And I'm going to do this the cheap and simple, boring way for just a moment. I'll make this a little bit more fancy in the future, but for now I'm just going to create a quick lever, and I'm going to place it down on the ground right next to my engine. And let's hit the switch. So what should happen is energy is going to start flowing through my pipe. And it's going to start pumping oil out of the ground here. As you can see, the oil is going pulled out of the ground, and you can see the water pipe over there pulling oil out. You can see all the oil going down the pipe. Awesome. So we're starting to get oil in this tank. How neat is that? I like it. So now that it got rid of the spout, it's going to project this little, arm down here into the bottom of the well, and it's going to start draining up oil from all around the sides here. And if we watch, we might be able to notice this happening. But it should start getting a good amount of oil. See, there it goes. It's starting to fill up the pipes. And you can see the oil getting drained out. Pretty cool, actually, isn't it? Oh, yeah. And most oil spouts, like the one we just saw, go pretty deep underground. So you can see it just got all the oil off the surface here, and there's probably a very deep chasm down there that has a massive amount of oil inside. But for now, I'm going to go turn off this engine. Off. Thank you very much, sir. And we got a good amount of oil in here, which is nice. Now I'm going to place down my balance pipe in between these 2 tanks, and watch what happens. Automatically, without anything having to happen, it's going to balance it out. Sweet. and it'll keep a nice even balance of oil between the two tanks. Can't ask for much more than that. So now I'll just keep filling up this tank, and as I fill this tank up, it's going to evenly balance out with this one. Should work out pretty well. So next, we're going to have to run some power over to my refineries. Let's figure out how we want to do that. And you know what, guys? I think I decided to change things up a little bit. Just thinking a little bit better of this, and I should probably go sleep through the night. But I want to change the way that pipe is oriented. I want to have the pipe on the other tank. And the reason for that is because then I want to be able to pump out from the tank on the right and send it straight. What is it, raining out? Oh, cool. I cleared up because I slept. Nice. Let's go close that portal behind me. So what I'm going to want to do here is just grab my golden waterproof pipes. Knock these guys off here. And I want to pump it into this side. There we go. So that way it'll pump straight into there, and maybe I'll just clean these pipes up real fast. I don't know, they're fine as is for now. I'll clean them up later, make them look a little nicer. But this way it'll pump into this side, then I want to pull out of this side, and that's going to be done like so, just by running the pipe right over to here, and then there's my refinery, right? So I want to run this oil straight into my refinery and allow it to get converted into fuel. But how am I going to pull out of this chest, or out of this tank? Normally, you've seen me create a wooden waterproof pipe to pump out of the chest. Sounds reasonable, right? Sure. But I want to do it a different way now, because again, I have the advanced Buildcraft objects. Let's go find all our pipes, because I forget what the exact name of this thing is. Valve pipe, there it is. That guy. It's a lever surrounded by two wooden waterproof pipes. This is actually a pretty cool thing. I really actually do like this one. So let's see, grab myself a lever and two wooden waterproof pipes. And crafting it like so gives us the valve pipe. This is a cool little device, if I do say so myself. Let's place it like so. There you go. Looking good. And all you got to do is apply a redstone signal to this pipe, and it'll act like a valve and open and shut as you would expect a valve to do. But I think real quick, because I'm starting to play with Buildcraft, might be a good idea to build myself a new little toy. I actually have all the resources I need for it right now, I think. So let's craft it up. Get myself a wooden gear, a stone gear, and some iron like so gets me the Buildcraft wrench. This is pretty much what you use to manipulate all your Buildcraft machines and objects. And if I dig down right here, you'll see this wooden pipe acts just like a wooden pipe, where you want to right click it and tell it that this is the side that it's going to be pulling stuff from. And if we try and right click it back and forth, you'll see this little texture change. The side that's darker is the side that it's going to pull liquids out of. So it acts just like a wooden pipe. So let's grab some red wiring. I don't think I have any of that on me. Where's my red power chest here? Red alloy wire. Should probably grab some stone covers. Might not be a bad idea. Probably going to need a few more of those, so I should grab my diamond handsaw. Okay, good. And miscellaneous junk, I can throw this in there. Trying to keep a clean inventory here, guys, but it's not easy. So let's see. I probably want to do something like this. This will be my lever. So let's put an actual lever on this wall, like so. There we go. And how do I want to run this thing? If I just run it like so, will that work? It might. It just might. Let's try it. Flip the lever, and look at that. It turned the pipe green, and it's automatically acting like a valve and pulling the oil out into my refinery. Nice and quick, too. And you can see my balance pipe is doing its job. It's keeping a balance between these two things. So that looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Quite pleased, as a matter of fact. And then I can cover this guy up with a nice stone cover and fill in the flooring. Looks good to me. Now we need to power this refinery and get enough energy to start creating fuel. And how do we do that? Of course, we need some more of these golden redstone pipes. Power transport dealies. So I just made a handful of them. And let's go run some of this outside here. Sure, I'm going to run it right into the top of this guy. So there we go. And your power transport pipes will not touch or interact with... Oh boy. That was a close one. Ha ha ha. Where did you come from? Come on, man. Bring it. I'm not afraid of you, creeper. How close was that, huh? Alright, where was I saying? Yeah, I was babbling on about something or other. Making this look pretty. That should be good for now. So, yeah, we've got a good way to pump power in here for now. That looks pretty good. And those of you who have watched my last series know that there's teleport pipes that allow me to function and do a lot of this stuff. But I'm trying to keep all this room nice and compact because I don't want to waste the diamonds. It requires 8 diamonds for a set of teleport pipes, and I'm not quite ready to use them. In the future, maybe. For now, I'm going to try and do this the old-fashioned way without power teleport pipes. So that looks pretty good to me. I think for now we're in good shape. And what I probably want to do is get ready to power this thing. But I'm going to need another one of these valve pipes. So let's go create one of those real fast. Another lever. And another set of wooden waterproof pipes. There we go. Got myself a valve pipe. I'm going to need some more of these golden waterproofers. So let's do... That should be good. I'm going to do this underground. Hey, iron, sweet. I won't pass it up. So this guy here can run straight down here to this. And then we'll put our valve pipe. Where are you, buddy? Right there. Like that. And I'm thinking... If I were to get myself a redstone torch, because pretty much I want to guarantee that any, there we go, see that? How the texture changed? Off, on. So pretty much what I'm doing here is setting it up so that that valve pipe is always receiving a redstone signal. And the purpose of that, of course, is that, oh man, much better, is that any fuel produced here will automatically get pulled out and dumped right into this reserve. And do I have any more of these tanks? I have one more. So I should probably craft at least one more of these guys. And I'll go craft some more tanks for this in a bit. And I'll make these tanks just as tall as the other ones. That looks good. For now, as a temporary solution, I'm going to knock this cable off. And what that's going to do is prevent the power from transferring over to my pump. And it will allow it into here. And don't worry, I have a new pipe that's available, one of my favorite pipes from the additional Buildcraft Objects mod, that's going to allow me to do that a little bit more elegantly in the future. But for now, let's apply some power. And you'll see the power going into my refinery here. And the refinery is going to start pumping and doing its work. And it's going to slowly create, because I only have one engine running at the moment, some fuel. And you can see the fuel starting to land right here. And eventually I'll have a balance pipe. But for now we're good. So let's let that refinery process. And I'm going to keep a pretty close eye on this combustion engine because I haven't started cooling it yet. And that's an important part of combustion engines. All engines build up an energy reserve inside, and if they get too hot, they can explode. Redstone engines definitely won't ever explode as long as they have something to work on. Steam engines could explode after some time, depending on what the work they're doing, and combustion engines will definitely explode after a period of time unless you cool them. And the only way to cool them is to pump some water in. And we'll get working on that water pump right now. So, I need to cool off this engine, because eventually it's going to build up some heat, and it's going to start overheating, and when that happens, things get dangerous and potentially explode. So I'm going to craft real quick another one of those pumps, and you guys have seen this a minute ago, but might as well do it again real fast, just in case you forgot. So why don't we get that going as shown. There we go. Get myself an iron gear like you saw a moment ago. And the iron pickaxe and the redstone and the iron ingots to get that mining well. Was it like this? There we go, mining well. I just had to remember. Also going to get myself a bit more of those water tanks, right? Liquid tanks. They're nice. And combine the two of them, like so, to get my pump. And I might as well, while I'm here, just go ahead and top these guys off. There we go. Perfect. And I promise I will clean up this piping system in the future at some point. So you can see here real quick the refinery. It's already made a little bit of progress on the oil inside there and turned some of it into fuel. And the fuel is going to power this engine a lot better. Not only will combustion engines produce more energy when running on fuel, but the fuel itself will last a lot longer than oil. So it's way more efficient to use fuel. That's why pretty much I use 1 bucket of oil to get myself some fuel, and then I'm good to go. Alright guys, so now that I've got that nice little pump there, what I need to do is get myself probably... Do I have any buckets in here somewhere? Yeah, I've got a second bucket. That should do nicely. Let's craft ourselves some redstone engines. The reason I need some redstone engines is because I want to power this pump pretty much indefinitely. I want this pump to constantly be pumping water and supplying that water directly into my combustion engines. And it'll keep them nice and cool, and I don't have to worry about them anymore. So that's going to be 4. I'm going to need actually 8 sets of these wooden gears. And I'm going to need to get 4 pistons. There we go. And put my wooden gears on either side, some glass. And there's my 4 redstone engines. And that's going to power the pump that I just created a moment ago. And I've got some golden waterproof pipes. I could probably use just a few more of those. So let's do that. And you can see I made myself some more cactus green back in my transmutation table there. Gotta love that. And I think I'm pretty much ready to do this. Now the only other thing I'm going to have to do, let me go sleep through the night. And real quick, I just got back in time to see my combustion engine has stopped because it ran out of oil. Let's see if it produced enough fuel to fill up 1 bucket. It did, hooray. And then I can place that fuel bucket into the machine. And now is an important thing to watch. I flipped my lever on, but the thing didn't start. Why is that? As of Buildcraft 3.x, combustion engines will not start until they have completely cooled off. So this combustion engine has been running for a little bit. It built up some internal heat, and it's currently got a heat level. We can't see it. There's no way to check it, but there is a way to know that it's got some internal heat. That's because it didn't turn on when I applied a redstone signal. Oh well, once it cools off after a few minutes here, it'll go ahead and start running again. So we'll just wait for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to sneak outside here and find me some water. There we go. Good. Grab myself some buckets. Nice. And just go run back inside before another creeper decides he wants to destroy all my work. And this episode is getting a bit long, so I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon here, but I will go downstairs. I'm going to pretty much build an underground well. Remember that little cave I found a few minutes ago? That's alright, I'll straighten it out, because I'm going to have to use this as my underground well. Three by 3. That looks good. And I'll even make a 2 by 2 right here, just so I can quickly refill this stuff. 3 by 3 is the infinite water source that I like to use when doing an underground pump or a well to keep my engines reserved. And what I'll do here is now place my pump right in the center of this guy. There we go. And the pump's going to extend down and go into this water source. And because this guy's a 3x3 water source, he's going to keep refilling. Now I'm going to place down my redstone engines on all 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these 4 redstone engines, based on the calculations and the number of times I've done this, are typically enough to keep at least 3, and possibly maybe 4 or 5, but I usually go with 3 combustion engines cool. So now these 4 redstone engines, it's going to take them a moment to start up because they're not individually powerful enough to get the water out of this pool and into this pump. But what happens is these redstone engines produce energy each time this this pump action happens. So that produced 1 energy unit at that moment. So it's pretty slow to start off, but they'll eventually build up energy and start pumping faster. They'll start blinking between orange and red, and that's just fine. I'm not worried about any orange and red pumping. And I think I just knocked off my nifty little lever there, but that's what I get for using a lever in the first place. What I should probably do is something like this, because eventually I'm going to have, see look, the water is going to go up and straight into my combustion engine here. See? So let's now get our way out of here real fast. And do I have any smooth stone on me? I do. Hooray. And maybe now's a good time to set up my on-off switch for my combustion engines. Do I have my red alloy wiring? I do. So I'm just going to run this wiring behind the wall here. Is that an alright way to do it? Yeah, it should be fine. Well, I think what I could do to make this look even nicer is if I put this guy here and run my red alloy wire along here, this might look a little bit better. And I'm probably just going to start off with 3 combustion engines, but I do have plans to have more in the future. So for now, I'll just run this guy up like so. Wrong button. Make sure there's light back there, so no issues with that. And then where's my lever go? Right there. Hey, cool, it's producing energy. Nice. So that lever is now functioning. And like I said, there's going to be a combustion engine here in the future. And then a third one right here. And all 3 of them will work. So that's looking pretty good. And you'll notice my refinery is running a little bit faster now than it was before. And see how that energy beam seems to be running better? That's because, like I said, fuel produces more energy over time than oil. So this feels like another one of those good wrapping up points for this episode. So this has been episode 11 of Direwolf20's Let's Play Season 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned next time. I'm probably going to do a little bit more work on this Buildcraft Room. And who knows what else I'll get into. So take it easy, guys.